Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Paradise Killer for another hour of me discovering incredibly important clues completely by accident, just sort of wandering into them. We are going to solve this mystery completely by accident, and it's going to totally rule. That's why they call me the investigation freak. I think. I'm not 100% sure where it comes from, actually. It's probably derogatory. So, we are trying to get up to KHX's apartment. That's my first goal today. I am not allowed to mark a waypoint or anything, but it's up in the mountains, you know, by the mountainy stuff. What do I think is the best way to do this? Because, I mean, we've certainly been partially up to. Let's go to a phone. We'll fast travel to somewhere nearby, and then... I guess we don't really have a lot of phones that are a lot of places that are nearby. Is this the one where? Yeah, let's go to Knife Through the Heart. Knife Through the Heart is at least high up. We can try to work it out from there. Plus, who doesn't want to stop in and say hi to Sammy? Look at him, he's adorable. All right. Yeah, let's get up on the mountains. Let's do this thing that we always do that never ever works. But surely this will be the time. Yeah, that was way too much. That was way too much. Wait a minute. Did I totally not go? Yeah, I didn't even look in the back door here the other times we came past. So what do we got? A safe sealed by a nightmare computer? Well, we can certainly get into that now.
Nightmare computer.
Okay. Worship. So, this first one is a little counterintuitive to me, but now we know it. Right, it's this? No, this is the wrong one. It's this one. This is the vertical one. And then... So you and you... These are so weird. It's so weird that these function differently from the other ones. Oh, this is the one.
Nightmare computer unlocked.
Pile bunker gauntlets. That's just not even... What? These might come in handy if I had any idea what the hell they were. Okay, also a different safe secured by a different computer. Why would you have two... Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Never worked. Don't worry about it. You... And then look at this. This is a complicated one. It's the smaller pyramid parts. Huh. Oh, there's these ones. I was gonna say, it's just like the one we just did, but lower. How do I make it lower? But yeah, it's a totally different set of symbols. There's a lump of non-human flesh inside. Okay, well, did I take it? I did not take it. Oh, huh. Sam's still got a pair of pile bunker gauntlets kicking around. Once an assassin, always an assassin, I guess. They're well used. Looks like they only have one charge left in them. They'll probably come in handy. I'll borrow them for a bit. What are they? For to what now?
What the hell?
Also, there's a lump of flesh in this other safe. It sure isn't human. I can feel the cosmos when I look at it. Okay, that's curious. Looks like this has been carved off something. Is this flesh from Crying Grudge? I mean, I would assume so.
Key item obtained.
Okay, a high-end destructive weapon that can punch through thick material. I guess we'll be happy we have that. Also, where does this go? At some point we're going to discover what that's for, and then we'll be real happy we have it. A secret tunnel. Huh. I know I said we were going to do... We'll get to the thing. The thing will happen. But first, distractions. I don't know how I missed this stuff. We were totally running around in the back gardens of that bar before. At least twice. A secret tunnel into the dead zone. Someone has been naughty. Oh! This is something. Well, time for another weird bar sequence. Every time I touch alcohol, I have a brief stroke. Who do you think rules the world? The Syndicate. No, not our world. The real world? No, not that one either. What other world is there? The metaphorical world, the concept of world. You mean the gods? No, yes? Are they the only gods? Probably? Possibly. Maybe. Definitely, absolutely not. How can we say? How can we know? If you worry about that, you'll lose yourself. Well, I don't want to lose myself. Good. It's easy to do. That might have been the least informative of those yet. Which is really saying something. Winning Devil Whiskey. A whiskey that hasn't been aged. Nutty, sweet, and peppery. Sometimes drunk for luck during gambling.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
This is a whiskey distillery. It's in use, but the dead zone is supposed to be sealed. Has Sammy been making an illegal blend?
Strange.
And there's something odd here. This is a medical-grade blood chiller designed to keep blood cold when it's being transported. I didn't realize refrigerators came in medical grade. And there's an empty blood bottle inside. The label's been scratched off, but I can just make out a K as the first letter of the name. A K. Bottle's been scrubbed clean. There's no trace of any blood left. After being used, this was cleaned to remove evidence. So why keep it? Paranoia? And no one comes into the dead zone, so it wouldn't be found. Helps incriminate others if this is unaccounted for. Yeah, I need to find what this is linked to. Just going to Sam about it without context will make him clam up. This is exactly the kind of thing I was concerned about. Is this why Kafka Memory opened the bloodlock on the third Holy Seal 2 days ago? Did Sam do it using this blood sample? Was he setting up the crime 2 days ago? I totally forgot about Kafka. Okay. Am I cool to walk on this stuff? It seems like it could be a problem. Nope, everything's fine. So what exactly is the dead zone? Like our map, the description on our map said something about demons. Huh. I love the music in here.
Relic obtained.
The 17th Island sequence. Ah, the 17th Island. Remember that? Remember them? Remember those? Enough to wish for death. Which is... There's a couple of different ways. I maybe didn't read that in the way that it was intended. There's a couple of different ways you could maybe think of that. Oh, hey. A nebula machine. So, like, is this is just a place that used to be part of the city, and then demons got loose and they shut it down, and they encased the whole thing inside of a big building, I guess? An energy drink that makes you feel like your blood wants to burst out of your body. A good pick-me-up. What do you think it means that they, like, very obviously took a Red Bull can and modified it and called that one Blood Fountain? What do you think the developers think of Red Bull? Okay, so there's something at the top of the building. I'm not surprised by that, and it looks like that's the only obvious mystery left. That said, obviously, we're still going to look around everywhere. Especially since meditation does not reveal everything to us. What? There's an invisible wall here. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, fine. What did I just turn on? Well, now this is curious. Hold on.
Ha.
Okay, I guess there's nothing up here. Huh. Was this a convenience store once? I mean, why else would there be a Dead Nebula mascot here? That's not even new text. Alright, I guess let's go check out that door.
Sure.
Door has a lock coded to Witnesses and Carmelina's blood vials.
What the hell?
The Witness has been entering this pretty regularly. Witness last entered 2 days ago. Carmelina hasn't been in here for years. So, I mean, Sammy couldn't possibly not know that Witness was coming in here, right? Well, I guess the door is outside the bar. Maybe if Witness was real sneaky.
Sure.
Well, this is cozy. There are crates that look like they could restrain something.
That's me.
This place is full of restraints and operating equipment. The restraints are all blessed, chains, and holy crystals. The only reason you need these is if you're trying to contain something demonic.
The investigator is here.
So a demon was being held in here. May the silent goat protect me. Demon bunker. You know, we found that demon bunker. A hidden demonology bunker is a big secret, that's true. I need to find out if this is related to the case before I go knocking on doors. I don't want to rattle anyone unnecessarily. It is exceedingly curious. I'm kind of surprised that this is like a three-dimensional space we can walk around in and not one of those investigate scene type things.
Got it.
I wonder why. A containment crate. These restraints are covered in holy wards. These could be used to hold a demon.
Like this.
Was someone storing a demon down here? Or perhaps multiple demons down here? This is used for tomography. I'm guessing it was being used to see what's inside a demon. Yeah, sure, they just stole an x-ray machine. Okay, that's... Boy, that's really something. You don't see a thing like this in just any video game. Right, what a... Huh. I think this is a chromatograph. I didn't really pay attention in that class. It was when Isaiah and I had started dating. Happier days. Not really the time for reminiscing, I think. Personally. And I assume this device has something to do with studying demons, you know, from context. It seems to be some kind of high-powered microscope. Well, that's something. Again, the fact that this isn't just one of those investigate scene things makes me... It makes me nervous that I can't figure out why. Because I don't know if there's any reason that it would need not to be. You don't need to be able to move through it or anything. Very curious stuff. Alright, let's try to get up to the top here. So yeah, it's an apartment building, it looks like, and they just encased the whole damn thing in a big concrete shell. Like Bug City or something. Where's that sound coming from?
Relic obtained.
Dying from sadness. I don't think this is a god we've heard of before. A sentient rock that drifted to Earth in the wake of the other gods. A despair philosopher. Well, I mean... I don't know that I've ever met a philosopher who wasn't. Is it above us? I don't think so. I mean, it definitely sounds like it's right around here. But the thing that we were just looking at was the heart, right? Well, apparently there was at least one more. I mean, it sounds like we're, like, right on top of it. There's no way to get around over here. And it's probably just a blood crystal or something. Probably don't need to be so concerned about it. But it's going to drive me a little crazy that we can hear it, but we can't see it. Also, it's real weird that that red light is right there. Alright, hold on. Let me meditate one more time. I'm sure if there was another thing up here, we would have seen it. So yeah, no hearts. No hearts. There's just the one thing. We are probably not missing anything. It's just so weird. Oh, it might have been the... It might have been the dead Nebula statue making that noise, actually. Memento of the 16th Island sequence. A time for watching crows circle. Yeah, I don't know. I think we've gotten everything out of here that we're gonna get. This is definitely very strange. So Witness to the End has been coming down here, and presumably... Oh, what is this? Something's been destroyed here. Starlight says there's nothing unusual here. Metals, plastic, tinted glass, fire-resistant fabric. No way to tell what it was. Metals, plastic, tinted glass. Well, it looks like the work of pile bunker gauntlets. Okay, that's interesting. So the pile bunker gauntlets were being stored inside the bar. It would seem to be very unlikely indeed that that Sammy would not be aware of somebody coming in to get those, right? So Sammy and Witness to the End are both... Do we know how long ago the dead zone was closed? I don't think we do, right? Because if Carmelina hasn't accessed the bunker in years, it may well be the case that the last time she accessed it, it was like a place where you were just allowed to go. So she might not necessarily be a part of anything untoward. Okay, yeah, that's right. I got distracted here and I ended up falling off the edge and going to the beach. I never did actually get up to the front part of this building. This is probably where we're going. Well, this is one of the where we're goings.
Relic obtained.
A lucky doll. So many things get dropped during the rush to be sacrificed at the end. Yeah, I don't know if they were rushing to be sacrificed. Other people were rushing them to be sacrificed. Alright, well, I guess we should probably turn on this phone first.
On travel unlocked. Starlight skins obtained.
Every pyramid has an inverted doppelganger on another planet. They are linked. One cannot exist without the other. That can't be correct. That seems unlikely. Cause like, what if you build another pyramid here, or on Earth? Does it automatically construct a pyramid? Like, does it just happen brick by brick at the same rate out there, or does somebody else have to build it to keep parity? Is there like a whole bunch of this is the same place we've been before? Is there like a whole bunch of people? I didn't notice that up there before. Huh. So maybe like a whole bunch of people whose job it is out there on the other planets to monitor the construction of pyramids everywhere else and make sure that they are being matched? I'm just saying, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, I was just thinking this would be a pretty good place to hide a thing. Doesn't look like there's a lot around here. Oh. Okay, I just kind of assumed that we would hit the button on the door and then it would take us to a different zone. Well, hold on. I'm not ready to go in there and look around yet. I am, however, ready for a cold, refreshing bottom half of a face. When thirst has got you down, get a bottom half of a face. Put it in your mouth. Why not? Statue Mind obtained. A fruit juice designed to aid conception during worship. Concentration? Aid concentration during worship. Different kind of ritual. No, I don't have anything on my mind. Why do you ask? Boy, I sure wish I could read that. I feel like Starlight could read that to us.
Blood crystal obtained.
Alright, I think this is about all we're getting out here.
Relic obtained.
The 14th island sequence. Celebration. Our worship reinvigorated one of our beloved rulers. Lost Pain awoke from slumber on the dark side of the moon. Ah, okay. At some point, we were happy about Lost Pain being awake up there. Then, you know, eventually things changed. It turned out to be complicated. Well, I don't think I'm going to jump down there right now, but we'll check this path out in a minute. Yeah, for the moment it looks like we've probably got everything that's outside of the ziggurat. So let's step inside. Let's see what's up. It looks like a real mess in here. So there's just kind of blood everywhere. I assume this is all citizen blood. Including that, probably. The party music does feel a little inappropriate. I don't know. I'm not saying that I've never been to a rave in a place that looks like this, but I thought it was in poor taste then, too. You know, there's an awful lot of random crap scattered around the island, isn't there? They're vignettes of lives once lived. Well, that's a poetic way of saying trash. Look, you're just scooping it all up, are you? Well, the answers to mysteries are everywhere. Sorry, I'm keeping you from your hobby of collecting garbage. Don't let me interrupt. You know, Shinji, you're awfully judgmental for a guy with... I couldn't even think of which of his many qualities to burn him about. You're pretty judgmental for a guy who's like you. Okay. These controls move the walkways across the pools. Wonder if I can find the right combination to let me cross. Oh, I bet I can. Doesn't look too bad right now. It's just that one needs to be fixed. Okay, well that's not ideal. So that moves those two. And what does this one do? Okay. So everything's wrong now. This is just the first two. You know, honestly, so wait, this one is... No, that one's almost everything. Which two was this? It was the back two? No, it's the... That's really awkward. My core problem with this puzzle is going to be that in the time it takes me to press all of them, I forget what the first one did. I can't hold it all in my head at once on account of that thing that's wrong with my brain, you know. There we go. That's the answer. That said, with only one of them in the wrong position, I think there's a pretty good chance I could have gotten across, thanks to the mobility offered by the air dash.
Relic obtained.
A faulty worship stamp. When a citizen completes their allotted worship quota in a day, their report card is stamped. It is also stamped for over-worship, which is good, Right? Stamps is good? Maybe? Well, now I've got blood all over my feet, and I'm going to have them washed again. Again, I don't even know whose blood this is.
Blood crystal obtained.
Frankly, I could almost certainly have just gotten over here from that platform. But they put the puzzle in front of me. They let me play with the walkways. How could I not fix the walkways? Do we know the identity of this lion with the spikes coming out of the eyes and the skull in its mouth? Because that's the one I would worship. That looks like a real winner to me. Either that or Lost Pain. You know, I do love a redemption arc.
Blood crystal obtained.
Well, there are no words for how disappointed I am that turned out just to be a blood crystal and not like real loot. I probably could have looked around and figured out what this was connected to before messing with it.
Nightmare computer unlocked. Key item obtained.
Blood vial of the Grace bloodlines. Blood vials are sealed into coffins, so they can't be used illicitly after death. Why is One Last Kiss directing me to Grace Bloodline's blood vial? Grace Bloodlines is the name of a person. Of course it is. Huh, this is the grave of Grace Bloodlines, Henry's murder victim from when he was arrested. Starlight can verify that this is her blood vial. Is that the verification? Oh, yep, that's her unique blood code. That is some hardcore baseball shit right there. This is Grace Bloodlines' blood vial. Why does One Last Kiss want me to find this?
Who would benefit from a crime like this?
Do you understand, investigator? Starlight confirms this is Grace Bloodlines' blood vial. Haunted, complex, crescent, drifting sands satellite. That's the blood code from the vial, correct? You could only know that code if you were Grace Bloodlines, our chief exorcist. You were murdered by Henry when he was arrested. Or you could also know it if you were just standing behind me when I scanned the thing just now.
Truth is all around you, investigator.
Those are facts, but are they the truth?
Laughable.
What keeps someone from moving on? An obligation? A purpose? An unending rage?
Weird.
Your murder was set up? Or was it the wrong place at the wrong time? Who can say? The truth is all around you, investigator. You should read this. What is it? The official report of the murder of Grace Bloodlines. What about the Holy Seals? I'd been waiting for that question. Okay, don't answer it though. Do you know something about them? Another time, investigator.
Love dies.
No, wait, I'm not done with
He
you.
awaits.
Investigator, aren't you happy about last
I
night?
don't like this.
Well, it's hard to be happy about a mass murder. You know. I can think of a couple of occasions. Well, that depends on your perspective. You have benefited directly from this mass murder. No more exile for the great investigator.
There is corruption on this island, investigator.
Demonic taint is the least of our worries when the syndicate is rotten. The council deserve nothing less.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
Sounds like you have motive. It also kind of sounds like I have motive, though.
What mysteries are around us?
The syndicate is built on dead bodies. Egos and ambition can only be sustained by death.
You paying attention, investigator?
I'm a casualty on the path, left to bleed out for someone's benefit. Can you imagine what benefit that would be, investigator? The council deserved to die, sliced to ribbons. So wait, she's like a ghost, right? Is she corporeal enough to even have done this? Are you admitting to the crime? Ha, wouldn't that be too easy, investigator? Maybe I am, or maybe I'm not. Maybe I was there, maybe I wasn't. Maybe I helped, or maybe I didn't. Actually, it's actually Shinji in a dress. I don't think pulling rank on a ghost is gonna help. So let's go this way. Well, do you know who did it? Yes and no. I have some answers, but not all. And where were you at the time of the murder? No, this is not the right question. The right question is, what are your answers? Can I have them, please? I have no alibi, investigator. Okay. You're the only person on this island that knows I exist.
Got it.
And did you murder the council, please? Of course not, investigator. They deserve to die, but they deserve to be murdered by someone else. I have a vested interest in the whole system coming down, not just the top players. If I may offer some advice, the Syndicate are all backstabbers. If you believe there is a conspiracy, break one of the suspects at trial. They'll crumble and will turn on each other. I look forward to our next conversation, investigator. I do hope you have more interesting questions. Well?
One more kiss.
Okay, new suspect. Hold on. Everyone's a suspect. I haven't ruled anybody out. Let's start with everyone on the list, and we'll cross people out when the time comes. She disappeared. She's a spirit lingering in this world, driven by rage and revenge. Perfect.
Sure.
And there's more to her death than the official story. If she was murdered as part of some kind of plot, that gives her real motive for killing the council. Let's look at the report of her murder. Henry became possessed and the arresting officer was Akiko. Akiko requested the presence of Grace Bloodlines, the Syndicate's exorcist. And during the exorcism, Akiko left the room and Henry took the opportunity to kill Grace by strangulation. His demonic strength allowed him to break through his restraints and quickly kill her. He apparently carved the same symbols scorched into his skin into Grace's body.
I have a bad feeling about this.
And before his arrest, Henry murdered his own mother, Rena Division.
I have a bad feeling about this.
He strangled her and scorched her body with demonic sigils. So,
The investigator is here.
Doomjazz examined the bodies and confirmed it. Henry was subdued, arrested, and pronounced guilty without a trial. One Last Kiss seems to think this isn't so straightforward, probably on account of, having been present at the time. I need to speak to Akiko about the lapse in procedure, and Henry to see if he remembers anything, which is unlikely. Maybe Doomjazz can help, since he examined the victims. It is curious that, it was an exorcism, right? So they should have known the level of strength they were up against. It's weird that he was able to just break through the bonds unless they were set up, unless they were set up for that intentionally.
Those crystals obtained.
And why would Akiko just walk out of the room? This is definitely extremely suspicious. Shinji, what are you doing in here? This is no place to just have all of your dicks out. Be respectful. That's a real shame about the murder, isn't it? Hard to have a good time when everyone's so worked up. I'm trying, though. I really am. I'm off to hunt crows. Okay. I think the crows have a lot more value to our society than Shinji does. He should definitely not be doing that. Alright, what is this one?
Nightmare computer.
This is the grave of Aiz Kiwami. He was old school syndicate and one of the council members. The grave plaque says he died 25 years ago. There's an inscription. Heartbreakers, lifesavers, and brothers under the cosmos. Huh. Alright, you and... Easy. Obviously. It's the thing about these passwords is they're just very common. Everybody knows that you're not supposed to use your own name. It's ridiculous. No, this is this one.
Nightmare computer unlocked.
The investigator is here.
Eyes Kiwami's blood vial. This island is built on blood. Blood connects all secrets. What about Henry's blood?
Don't test me. Don't test me.
Also, don't test her. Damn, it's a
Sure.
match. Eyes was Henry's father. That's exciting. That's a weird thing to test. Was there a reason that we thought to... Okay, never mind. That gives Henry the council blood that he'd need to get through the third seal blood lock, it says. That's interesting. A council member had a relationship with a citizen, and now we have Henry. That gives Henry the council blood he'd need to break the blood lock on the third holy seal.
Key item obtained.
But we don't have any reason necessarily to believe that he had the god flesh, right? I mean, I'm sure it's going to turn out that somehow he had access to it because, like, the whole deal here is that somebody put a whole lot of effort into making sure it seemed like Henry could be guilty of this.
One life gift.
Oh, now it's time to just chill. Okay, I'm into it. Let's just hang out. You, got time to chat? I have all the time in the world, until the island ends.
Sure.
I want to ask you about being deceived by a god. You're the expert in that, aren't you, investigator? Well, you were our exorcist. You're the expert in all things astral. I want to know how it happens. Well, the victim catches the attention of a god. The god begins to speak to them in their dreams. Why do you think you caught the attention of a god? This is probably not the time for that. Well, I was the head of the Paradise Psycho unit. Ah, perfect target for the machinations of a god looking for power.
Investigator.
Damned Harmony saw an opportunity with you, the key that would unlock the Syndicate. He wanted to kill us all and feed off the released psychic energy. The Immortal Syndicate have a lot of energy to give off. He might have resurrected. I think over time, say, somewhere around day 2 million maybe, all of the shame would have just transmuted to anger by then, so he'd have been the only god in town. The gods have no sense of community, do they? Frighteningly antique, yet they have learned nothing.
What mysteries are around us?
Stay out of the shadow of your past, investigator. Okay, relationship increased. I believe that. So you know some stuff about demonology, right? What was Montserrat's plan? With regards to demons,
Aren't you paying attention, investigator?
millennia ago he would never have gone along with Carmelina's plan. He changed. He wanted control. All rulers do. The Syndicate wasn't reviving gods fast enough. We were struggling with the demons, a continual thorn in our sides. Carmelina's plan to block demonic corruption is flawed. The demons would be repelled from the island structures, but would still possess our cattle, but by which she means, the people. They will scapegoat the citizens. He could come down fiercer on them. A nice move for an aspiring despot.
What the hell?
That isn't the Montserrat I remember. Immortality isn't a good thing. It warps the mind. He followed in the footsteps of Ezekiel. They went too far. The new island is born. You'll have to live with
I'm
it.
glad to be back.
Well, I love having something to look forward to. How has Carmelina demon-proofed the island? Demons and gods are just alien beings from different worlds. They enter our world through psychic pathways that bridge huge distances in the universe. Traveling along a pathway breaks down the demon's form. Their psychic image crosses space and gathers as solid matter when they arrive on the island. The marshals hunt those demons down and exterminate them. Soldiers have their uses after all. When demons don't manage to assume a fully corporeal form, they soak into the physical structure of the island, and the island becomes corrupted.
Investigator.
The rot sets in, and the island must end. Carmelina and Masahiro Heavy Industries developed a new technique that repels this corruption. Their plan is to charge the particles in our air, stopping demons from being able to latch on to the physicality of the island. The very concrete will repel them.
That's weird.
So, does that mean that Perfect 25 will be filled with just demons floating around in the air? Well, that's the dirty secret. Demons will still come to the island. They need somewhere to go. And the next best thing to the island structure are the minds of citizens. Perfect 25 will be a hotbed of demonic possession. Human minds are malleable and porous. Boy, ain't that the truth. Unlike concrete, we have a certain amount of latent psychic ability. The structure of the island will be safe and permanent, but the citizens are the sacrifice being made to the pursuit of perfection. You know, the way she said that thing about concrete was a little bit strange. Human minds are malleable and porous. Unlike concrete, we have a certain amount of latent psychic ability, as though she is a human. Are the members of the Syndicate, like, they're from Earth, right? But are they... I guess I had assumed that they were not the same creatures that humans are. Which is... okay.
I don't like this.
Well, the marshals will be
Are
busy.
you happy with your truths?
And so will you, if you get to reform the Paradise Psycho
The
Unit.
investigator is here.
That is not my priority. It will be. So how is a god's deception different to the illegal communication that allows demons onto the island? Do you believe a human has the same ability to speak across the vast and infinite cosmos as a god? We are amateurs at opening the psychic pathways. The pathways are weak and easy to breach. The gods can speak across the universe without attracting the baying demonic hordes.
Truth is all around you, investigator.
The victim's dreams are filled with visions of the gods. They become the god's thrall, executing their will for promises of power. The victim doesn't realize it has happened. It is subtle, insidious.
Sorry.
That's how it was with me.
Enjoy Perfect 24, investigator.
The Syndicate hasn't worked out how to deal with god deception yet. The actions you take at the behest of a god are criminal, but you're a victim of the god. I hope that answered your question. It did? Question mark? Not really. I don't really agree that it did. Okay, let's ask 1,000,000 questions. Do you think this was all Henry?
Those are facts.
Aren't you paying attention? She has a lot to say. Aren't you paying attention, investigator? Of course I don't. I've seen people doing things. Loyal servants turned to conspirators. Someone found out how to breach the council building. I was there. I saw them. A devilish plan. Who? That would be far too easy. Yeah, but you should still tell me, though. Who do you think has motive? Oh, very direct, investigator. Yeah, well, it's been a long millennia. I'm a little
Do
cranky.
you understand, investigator?
What if there were no more islands to end? Someone wouldn't have a job to do. Witness. And who would benefit from a crime like this? Who would suddenly be called upon to protect against danger?
Test me.
Akiko.
Who would benefit from a crime like these?
Time to start asking questions, investigator. It's weird that she has voice lines that are her text lines, but they don't play over the fitting text line the way it works with everybody else. I wonder if that's intended to be that way, or if her stuff is just like offset a little bit accidentally. So, what do you know about
Those
Akiko?
are facts, but are they the truth?
When you have a hammer, all you see are nails. She's been trying to roll more power into her
What the
marshals.
hell?
Power. Akiko wants non-military roles to be taken on by her troops. I was on her list. She saw dealing with demons only as a military problem.
There is corruption on this island, investigator.
Exorcism shouldn't be done by soldiers. They're not trained for it. Akiko disagreed. So why kill the council? Scare the next council into militarizing. Create a soldier's paradise.
Do you understand, investigator?
Do you think that's enough of a motive? Maybe. We definitely need to talk to Akiko. I mean, we'll get there. Tell me why Witness might want to kill the council.
Laughable.
Witness is damaged. He's whipped himself into a religious craze. He started thinking things that shouldn't be thought about.
Strange.
Like what things? He's become apocalyptic, fatalistic, convinced the end is upon us. How does a ghost know this? Well, before I died, he came to see me. He had questions about demons, and I was the exorcist after all. He'd become fixated on the idea that a sea of demons could crash upon the island and wipe us out. A flood sent by the gods to wash away sin.
The investigator is here.
It's sort of like, that's like washing away sin with a lot of additional sin. I'm not sure that would work. And what did he want to know from you?
What mysteries are around us?
Are there signs to look for? Can we divine from the stars if a flood is coming? Harmless questions from someone who has the responsibility of overseeing the end of the islands. His role is to look for signs that an island is going to end and to make sure the death and birth happen
Do you
properly.
understand, investigator?
The innocuous questions came first. Then he started asking about initiating a demonic invasion or using demons as weapons. Why ask about that? He dressed it up in pretense about the warning signs of the end of an island. I'm not a fool, though. You don't ask those questions unless there is dark intent.
Got it.
And what did you tell him? How demons enter the islands, how possession works. All standard topics that everyone in the Syndicate is educated on. So why was he asking, then? I think he was hoping for some nuance or detail that wasn't public knowledge. I didn't give anything away. There are forbidden secrets that the exorcists
When
guard.
love dies, all that remains are the facts.
Let me ask a direct question. Do you think Witness was trying to use demons to cleanse the island? That I can't say. He certainly was fixated on it, though. That's worrying in a bunch of ways. Did you see Yuri last night?
The truth is...
Well, he was in the gardens, investigator. But what if there was a gap? You should speak to Lydia. Oh, I will speak to Lydia. What do you know about the second Holy Seal?
Aren't you paying attention, investigator?
The mystery of mysteries. What is it? What's the secret? A closely guarded secret. People have found the answer. Who? That's too easy. I'm a busy woman. Ah, you are, but the path is worth treading. I have seen things, people talking, things being discarded. You'll need to search behind contrivances. Well, we know what that's a reference to, obviously. In your professional opinion, could the demon possessing Henry keep Henry alive in the depths of space? There haven't been any recorded incidents of it, but the universe is a vast and mysterious place. When a demon possesses a person, they fuse with them, sometimes purely physically, sometimes only psychically. Henry's demon did both. It exerts a significant power over Henry. Enough power to allow his body to withstand a vacuum? Demons are not from our planet. They come from the most terrifying reaches of the cosmos. They are attuned to space in a way we can never be. Some demonic races exist only as psychic shadows. Some navigate the edges of black holes. Some bend cosmic energy into huge cities. The right demon could definitely hold a human body together while outside of our world. What about psychically feeling out and manipulating a lock on another planet? The second Holy Seal sounds thrilling, investigator. It varies from race to race, but most demons understand space far better than us. They understand that the cosmos isn't just physical, it exists as a psychic plane as well. Some demonic races can see the psychic shape of space. They can see the essence of everything, and how it is linked on planes we can't comprehend.
Sure.
And what are the chances of the demon possessing Henry being one that can hold his body together in the vacuum of space and psychically perceive the inner workings of a secret lock?
Who would benefit from a crime like this?
What are the chances of the council being murdered and the exiled investigator being brought back? Slim, then. You need to decide what the truth is. I would rather figure out what the truth is. Do you know anything about the fourth Holy Seal? I know it requires godliness to get through.
That's strange.
And how do you know that? As a spirit, I can go places others can't.
Ooh, the investigator is here.
So how could someone get through it? Find out how to become close to a god. And what about Henry?
Mysteries are around us.
What are gods and demons when you get down to it? Aliens, beings from the depths of the universe. And how could the Syndicate differentiate between a demon and a god? What if that's the flaw in their plan? Could a demon get through the god seal? I don't know, could it? Seems like the sort of thing that I desperately need to know the answer to. Okay, tell me more about what happened to you. I received a call from our dear Grand Marshal. She had arrested someone that was possessed and needed an exorcism. I was meeting with Architect Carmelina at the time. A meeting about what? Oh, the next island, Perfect 25. One of her obsessions has been creating structures which repel demonic corruption. She asked to come with me to view the exorcism. Is that normal? No, but I understood her interest. We arrived, and she inspected the scene before I started my exorcism. She left to wait outside of the apartment. Henry was secured, and Akiko stepped out of the room to speak to Carmelina. I slipped into my meditative trance to perform the exorcism.
Facts, but are they the truth?
Planes of existence swirled around me. I was lost in the maelstrom with no sense of place or direction.
You paying attention, investigator?
Then the life was being choked out of me. I have no idea who the attacker was or which direction they came from. I died. Murdered. A short while later, I was floating above the island. I felt an all-consuming rage. I drifted toward the heavens, but my fury allowed me to claw my way back onto the island. Now, here I am.
Sure.
These islands, huh?
Mystery awaits.
More than you know. Well, what do you know about KHX's disappearance? It seems like she might actually have some information, unlike everybody else. Another mystery for the great investigator. I don't know what happened to him, but he's still on the island somewhere. Well, part of him anyway. Did you see the doctor last night? His clinic holds a secret. Okay, super helpful. Did you see Witness to the End last night?
You happy with your truths?
Witness and Carmelina spent the evening together. I wonder if that means anything. What do you know about the escape last night?
Mystery awaits.
Everyone is lying. What about the distance and time? Have you checked that? Did Henry go through Syndicate HQ? He'll have been logged if he did. Do you know anything about the murder of the Marshal Guards outside the Council building?
You paying attention, investigator?
The Council building is awash with evidence, investigator. Check everywhere. What secrets does the sea hold? What about reaching for the sky? Yeah, okay, I get it. I've been through the place already. And what do you know about Henry's demonic possession 10 years ago? Was his possession when these wheels were set in motion? You should find out. What if someone set him up? What if this was part of the plan? What if someone needed to trigger the end of the island? What if someone accessed the grimoires in the library? That's what I was asking you. But okay, thanks. Do you know anything about the Third Holy Seal? Who could get through
Who
there?
would benefit from a crime like these?
A special lock requires an unusual key. Despite the fact that she definitely has more information than everybody else, she is maybe the least helpful person we've interviewed so far. Aside from Shinji, of course. Also, kind of screwed up to say may you always live under any circumstances to the ghost of a murdered person. Alright, I know this is maybe a little bit shorter than we often do, but I think we are pretty much out of time for today. Unfortunately, my, let's see here, Symbols of Secret Starlight. Do you have secrets? Are they good? How much do they cost? Can I buy them? I think we're going to have to call it here for today, because my other recordings ran a lot longer than I was expecting. So thank you all so much for watching. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated by Grace Bloodlines. She is intentionally not helping us in a way that I find really annoying. I don't really think that she's a suspect. She's acting too unhelpful. Were I a murder suspect, I would want to appear as though I were cooperating with the investigation. I don't know. Maybe ghosts think differently. When you come back next time on Monday, maybe we're finally going to find KHX's lab? Listen, there's only so much island left to explore, right? We'll figure it out eventually. And we'll see you then.